Jasper Downstra is a typical 4-year-old who loves toys and time with mom and dad, but time isn't on this family's side.
Looking ahead is just too scary, too horrible. So we just take it day by day.
Hi. Last year, Jasper began having seizures. Doctors at Chicago's Children's Memorial first diagnosed epilepsy, then autism. But more aggressive testing found Jasper suffers from an orphan disease called late infantile NCL, or Batten disease.
I asked if he was going to die, and then she said yes, and that was like a huge blow.
Batten disease progressively attacks a child's nervous system. It strikes 4 out of every 100,000 newborns in the U.S. Jasper lost the ability to walk in February. He isn't expected to live to be a teenager. That's why this army of kindergartners and their parents from Jasper's neighborhood school have banded together.
Do you want to put it up here then?
Passing out donation cans to raise $2.5 million to get Jasper into a genetic clinical trial.
It's very nice to see these kind of things happening around you. It's really uplifting.
They're called orphan diseases for a reason. It could cost a pharmaceutical company nearly $1 billion to bring a drug to market for a disease that only affects a few thousand, leaving drug companies with very little incentive to find breakthroughs. Congress passed the Orphan Drug Act in 1983 to try and increase those incentives, and the number of new orphan disease drugs on the market quickly increased from 7 to nearly 300. But there's a bottleneck of 1,500 other potential treatments that haven't gotten the funding for further testing.
I'll tell you.
Padgerandi founded the Orphans Dream Foundation 2 years ago to try and find a cure for his own son's rare disease.
I'm a father fighting for his kid.
His son Rocco was diagnosed at the age of 2 with thalassemia, an incurable rare blood disorder. Durandi also started a gene therapy company. Now, 20 years later, he expects to begin clinical trials on a possible treatment for a cure by the end of the year.
I said, you know, God, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to making a change.
The Downstras are equally determined. They are campaigning for the government to increase funding for orphan diseases.
It's like you just want to pick Jasper up and show it to President Obama or, you know, someone from the government and say, look at him.
Because each moment is a race against the clock. Terrell Brown, CBS News, Chicago.